Hello everyone. So up to last lecture we discussed about our unit 4 factorial experiment. So in this lecture we are going to start with our unit 3 analysis of covariance with one concomitant variable. So in this lecture we are going to discuss concept of analysis of covariance and ANOVA in CRD. So let us discuss with the first topic, that is concept of ANOVA. So, the basic objective of designs is to make the treatment comparisons with the greatest precision by reducing the experimental error through the powerful tool of local control. So, main objective of design of experiment is to compare different treatments and find out the greatest precision by reducing their experimental error with the help of third principle of design of experiment, that is local control. So like randomized block design or Latin square design, analysis of covariance is also one of the technique which is used to increase the precision of the design by reducing the experimental error. So this ANOVA is a technique in which it is possible to control certain sources of variation by taking additional observations on each of the experimental units. Okay, so ANOVA is one of the technique in which we control different sources of variation by considering additional observations on each of the experimental units. Okay, so suppose we consider one experiment. In that experiment y is our response variable, and we consider another variable x which is linearly related to y. Okay, suppose we want to conduct one experiment. In that experiment y is our response variable, and we consider another one variable which is linearly related to response variable y. So the variable is x. So this x variable cannot be controlled by the experimenter but can be observed along with the y's. Okay, so x is one of the variable which cannot be controlled by that experimenter, but observations for that variable correspond to that response variable are observed. So this variable x is nothing but our covariate, or it is also called as concomitant variable, or we can say that it is independent variable or ancillary variable. So x is one of the variable which is linearly related to response variable y, and this variable cannot be controlled by experimenter, but the observations for this variable can be observed correspond to that y values of y variable. So in this ANOVA we adjust for the variation in the response variable for the linear regression or effect of the independent variable. Okay, so in this ANOVA we adjust that variation of response variable for the given independent variable. Okay, so ANOVA is one of the procedure which is combination of analysis of variance and the regression analysis. Okay, so ANOVA is combination of ANOVA and regression analysis. Okay, so this analysis of variance covariance technique is very useful in many field of research. Okay, so this is the one application of this ANOVA. So let us discuss one example. So here we have example. Suppose we want to compare the differences in the strength of the filament fiber. Okay, suppose y is our response variable, and this variable takes value strength of filament fiber which is produced by different machines. Okay, and suppose we want to compare these different machines which produce this filament fiber. Okay, so we know that in this case this strength of filament fiber is depend on thickness of that fiber. Okay, so it means that if the fiber is thicker, okay, then it is more stronger. Okay, thicker fiber is more stronger. So y is a strength of filament variable and it is completely depend on thickness of that fiber. Okay, so that thickness is our another variable x. So the effect of thickness, that is x, on the strength of y can be eliminated by performing ANOVA between the response variable y and the concomitant variable x for testing the differences in the strength of fiber produced by different machines. So here we will conduct one experiment. In this experiment we want to compare different machines which produce filament fiber, but in this case we consider one another variable, that is thickness of fiber also. And to test this we consider or we perform analysis of covariance in completely randomized design in this case. Then another example is, so this is the data, or the following data gives the observations on the strength of yarn, that is woolen thread, and the length of that yarn, that is woolen thread length. Okay, so here suppose we have three types of woolen thread. Okay, in this case y is our strength of that yarn and x is length of that yarn. Okay, so here suppose we have first variety of woolen thread. For this variety we measure y, that is strength of fiber, and we measure x, that is length of fiber. Okay, and similarly for variety B and variety C also we collect observation of strength and observations of length. Okay, so this is one of the example of ANOVA in completely randomized design. Now we will discuss how this ANOVA works in completely randomized design and how we test our hypothesis. Now we will discuss ANOVA in completely randomized design with one concomitant variable. Suppose we want to conduct one experiment, and in that experiment suppose we consider t number of treatments and ni is the number of times ith treatment is repeated. Okay, so number of observation in each treatment is ni. So this summation I running from 1 to t ni is equals to capital N, and it is nothing but a number of observations, so a total number of observations. Now here how we get observations in completely randomized design. So this is one table. So here we have treatments, and for these treatments we have observations, that is response observations and concomitant variable observations. For these we have treatment total and treatment mean. So if we consider treatment 1, so for this treatment 1 response variable observations are y11, y12 up to y1n1. And for concomitant variable our observations are x11, x12 up to x1n1. Since in first statement there are n1 observation. So for this we have treatment totals y1 dot and x1 dot, and treatment means are y1 dot bar and x1 dot bar. Similarly for treatment 2 response variable observations are y21, y22 up to y2n2 and x21, x22 up to x2n2. So its treatment totals are y2 dot and x2 dot, and treatment means are x2 dot bar and y2 dot bar. So up to ith treatment, for ith treatment we get observation yi1, yi2 up to yini, and for x variable our observations are xi1, xi2 up to xini. So its treatment totals are yi dot and xi dot, and treatment means are yi dot bar and xi dot bar. So up to dash dash, for teeth treatment we get observations yt1, yt2 up to ytnt and xt1, xt2 up to xtnt. So its treatment totals are yt dot and xt dot, and treatment means are yt dot bar and xt dot bar. So these are the some notations we used in ANOVA with CRD. So here what is Yij? Yij is the jth y observation due to ith treatment. Okay, Yij is the jth y observation due to ith treatment, and xij is the jth x observation due to ith treatment. Then yi dot bar is yi dot is total of all y observations due to ith treatment, that is a sum of all observations which are present in ith treatment. And yi dot is summation j running from 1 to ni yi j. Similarly, xi dot is total of all x observations due to ith treatment. So that is a sum of all observations which are present in ith treatment. And it is xi dot equals to summation over j xi j. Then yi dot bar is mean of all y observations due to ith treatment. And how we find this mean? Yi dot bar equals to summation over j yij divided by ni, that is total of all y observations divided by number of observations. Then next is xi dot bar. So xi dot bar is mean of all x observation due to ith treatment. And how we find this xi dot bar? It is summation over j xij divided by ni. Then next is y dot dot. So y dot dot is the grand total or total of all y observations, and it is summation over I summation over j yi j. Then x dot dot is also grand total for x observation or total of all x observations, and it is summation over I summation over j xi j. Then y dot dot bar is the grand mean for y observation or mean of all y observations. And how we find this? It is summation yij divided by total number of observations, that is capital N, or it is nothing but grand total of y observation divided by capital N. Similarly, x dot dot bar is grand total of x observation divided by total number of observation, or it is summation xij divided by capital N. So these are the some basic notations which we used in ANOVA in CRT. Now we will discuss sum of squares. So what is SYY? S to the base YY is the total sum of square due to Y observations. Okay, SYY is the total sum of square due to Y observation. And how we find out this? It is summation over I summation over j yij minus y dot dot bar whole bracket square. Okay, so in correction factor it can be written as like this: SYY equals to summation yij square minus correction factor, that is y dot dot square divided by capital N. Then SXX is the total sum of square due to x observations, and the formula for this is summation xij minus x dot dot bar whole bracket square. And in correction factor it can be written as summation xij square minus x dot dot square divided by capital N. Then xy. So this is total sum of product of x and y. It is total sum of product of x and y. And how we find this? So formula for this SXY is summation yij minus y dot dot bar into xij minus x dot dot bar. And in correction factor it can be written as summation xij into yij minus y dot dot into x dot dot divided by total number of observations. So this is total sum of product of x and y observations. Then next is TYY. So capital T to the base YY is the treatment sum of square due to y. Okay, so for total sum of square we consider capital S, and for treatment sum of square we consider capital T to the base YY. And how we find this? It is summation I running from 1 to T ni into yi dot bar minus y dot dot bar whole bracket square. So since this bracket is independent of summation over j, so summation over j can be written as ni. And in correction factor this can be written as summation over I yi dot square divided by ni minus y dot dot square divided by capital N. Then next is TXX. So TXX is treatment sum of square due to x observations, and this can be written as summation I running from 1 to T ni into xi dot bar minus x dot dot bar whole bracket square. So this can be written as summation over I xi dot square divided by ni minus x dot dot square divided by capital N. Then next term is Txy. So Txy is treatment sum of product of x and y. How we write this? It is summation I running from 1 to Tni into summation into yi dot bar minus y dot dot bar into xi dot bar minus x dot dot bar. And in correction factor, this can be written as summation over I yi dot into xi dot divided by ni minus y dot dot into x dot dot divided by capital N. This is about treatment sum of squares. Then next is error sum of square, and it is denoted by capital E. So this capital E to the base xx is nothing but error sum of square due to x. And it is error sum of square due to x, and it can be written as summation over I summation over j. So actually this is yij minus yi dot bar bracket square is nothing but ey y. Okay, error sum of square due to y observation. And exx is error sum of square due to x observation, and it is summation over I summation over j xij minus xi dot bar bracket square. So actually this is wrong. Here we want x, okay, and here we have y. Okay, this is one small correction here. Here also we have x. So error sum of square due to x, and it is find out with the help of this formula. Then next is exy. So exy is the error sum of product. Okay, so here is the error sum of product of x and y. How we find out this? It is summation yij minus yi dot bar into xij minus xi dot bar. Okay, and we know that total sum of square is the sum of treatment sum of square and error sum of square. So this syy is nothing but tyy plus eyy. Sxx is txx plus exx, that is treatment sum of square due to x and plus error sum of square due to x. And sxy is the total sum of product of x and y, and it is txy plus exy. So these are the some notations which we used in ANOVA in CRD. Now we will discuss statistical model for ANOVA in CRD when we consider only one concomitant variable, that is one x variable. Okay? And our model is this: yij equals to mu plus alpha I plus beta into xij minus x dot dot bar plus epsilon I j. And this I is running from 1 to t and j is running from 1 to ni. So here the assumption is, we know that in CRD we assume that summation alpha I equals to 0. Similarly, we here also we consider same assumptions, that summation I running from 1 to t alpha I equals to 0, and this epsilon ij is follows IIT normal with mean 0 and variance sigma square. Okay, so in this model beta is nothing but coefficient of regression of y on x. So when we find out regression equation y on x, we get coefficient of regression beta. So this beta is coefficient of regression. Then mu is our general mean effect. Alpha I is the additional effect due to ith treatment. Epsilon ij is the random error effect, and this xij is nothing but value of concomitant variable corresponding to the response variable yij, and it is jth x observation due to ith treatment. And what is yij? Yij is the jth y observation due to ith treatment. So this is statistical model. Thank you.